Dun 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 dun. Welcome to RPG Ranked, the channel where all your favorite RPGs are ranked.
What's up, people? It's been forever since I've done something, and I just lost track of time, and it's December 1st and Composer came out, so time to make a video. I've been waiting for this, you don't even know. So let's get right into it. We have our 8 tiers. I think that's 8, yep. So we have the trash outside the can tier, the as bad as a DQ meat blizzard tier, almost about as good as a Hallmark movie tier, the Taco Bell workers, the peoples, the basic bad boy tier, the Mr. Beast Lego car tier, the shiz, and the actual shiz. Okay, those are our tiers for today. So let's jump right into it. But I would just like to say I'm RPG Ranked. If you enjoy RPGs or just video games in general, I take any suggestions as long as I'm allowed to play it. I'll play it and do some YouTube stuff for it. So please like and subscribe and ring the notification bell if you want some of that. Now let's get started. We're going to start with Doctor. You know, I used to love Doctor. You know, Doctor was my main when it was back in the day because you know what? I didn't have the puzzle pieces to buy anyone, and I love Doctor. But you know what? Doctor's not good. I mean, like, not trash outside the can tier, but as bad as DQ Meat Blizzard. So here's the problem with Doctor. Good speed, but she just has to stay so mobile to heal herself. And yeah, she does heal other people faster. And yeah, she has decent speed, but since the veterans boost or whatever it's called. But like, it's just basic. Like, her whole thing, she has to be mobile. Like, even a patroller bike can cancel this. And, like, you just have to stop to heal. That's kind of a flaw. And that's all you got. You just heal. You can heal yourself. Which, as a new player, that's a really great thing. But there's so much more you can bring to a team than just being able to heal yourself. And to heal other people a little faster. So, yeah. That's Doctor. I bet you all knew that. So Lawyer is same tier. And I think, yeah, I'm going to put him right there. So Lawyer, you know, I'll put him above Doctor since problem with Lawyer, he is he's not the worst guy. He's a really good person to start off with because he can't get terror shocked, and that's pretty cool. He has okay abilities, but his kiting is weak, and he's mostly just a decoder, right? But his map runs out. Like, he's one of the only people I can think of with the item where it's like you just run out of it, and then you're like, what do I do? And like, I go find a chest, but then I'm not really a lawyer anymore. But then you're just so. It's nice to be able to see the hunter, and it's nice to be able to see your teammates and all that, but you run out, and his boosts aren't very great. And yeah, there's just so many better characters. Like, what they've done about this game, which is nice, is that they're playable still, but yeah. A Thief? No. Bruh. I think they buffed him semi-recently, but I don't care. This flashlight, like, it takes so much effort. If they're not looking at you, which I don't know why they'd just be staring at your flashlight for an extended period, then their abilities won't be canceled and they won't be stunned. That's all this Thief dude does. Like, there's so many people with better stuns. Enchantress, or like, just movement, things in general. Like, Little Girl can push you out of the way, create distance. Novelist can create distance. I'm totally failing right now. Prisoner can stun, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like, Coordinator. That's who I was thinking of. I was trying to find Coordinator. Like, the stun gun. Like, there's not... Stun gun, flare gun, whatever it's called. There's no reason to use a Thief in his boring A flashlight when you can be using one of those things, so... Yeah. Gardener. Okay, Gardener's fun, but not very good. I do like Gardener. She is very fun to use, but any decent hunter, like if you're playing against a complete noob, like they're screwed if you have a gardener because they don't know how to fix the chairs. But fixing the chairs takes like 5 seconds. It's not a big deal. It's easy, and so that essentially isn't really useful against a half decent hunter. There's so many chairs in the map, and worst case, one of the survivors will break free. But usually, a hunter can take them back, right? So, and the gardener, the only thing that like makes a gardener really cool is if you're found first, the bubble is good to just contain the hunter for a little bit while you're waiting for so you can distract them from your other teammates, right? However, against chip hunters, not very good. There's just too many rocket chairs on the map. Because if you get hit by even like a bomb, then that's taking off your block anyway, even though it only took barely any damage. So yeah. Okay, Lucky Guy is my least favorite survivor. Some people swear by Lucky Guy, but like, I don't really get it. Like, what's the point? Like, just get someone else who has an ability that you can rely on, someone with deduction, someone with anything interesting about them with like good skills and stuff. Like Lucky Guy, like you don't get to choose. Like you can't really build a team composition around Lucky Guy when he's not even like you kind of get to choose between like the 3 items, but still just pick someone who is reliable. And you can, if you really want items from a chest, anyone can open chests. Just start with a good item and then wait, and yeah. I don't know, Lucky Guy's kind of stupid. Okay, Magician. Magician goes in this, the B tier, which I believe is right here. Basic bad boy tier, right. Sorry, I have a list over here, but taking a while to find things. So the Magician is fine enough. He's not my favorite, but he's good. Let me see some notes about the Magician to explain. So yeah, he's pretty solid kiter. He has magic. It's cool. He can get away from rocket chairs. He's boring. Let's move on. That's who's next. Explorer. Explorer is going to go right here and talk about people. Explorer is good. He's hard to find because he's tiny and he can decode well and he can kite well. No. Sorry, not kite well. He doesn't need to kite very well because he's decoding and he's tiny, but like there are better decoders. And you have to find like go actually explore for stuff and stuff, you know what I mean? So yep, there's better. Alright. Mercenary as plus tier in the actual shiz. Mercenary is cracked. He's very consistent. And he's very powerful, especially against single hit hunters. Very survivable and stuff, right? So yeah, you guys have played Mercenary. You know he's amazing. Like, he's super reliable, consistent, powerful. Yeah, that's Mercenary for you. Okay. Coordinator is going to go in A tier. Mr. Beast Lego car tier. So the Coordinator, fast vaulting, good rescuing and survivability, awesome support, decent decoding. All around, really good character. Nice item, good stun. One of the best items that you can get in the game with the Coordinator. So, yeah, you guys know how good Coordinator is. You know how good most people are, but all right, Mechanic is also going. No, not an S plus tier. Mechanic is going the shiz. So Mechanic, that doll thing or whatever the heck it's robot doll thingy, whatever that the Mechanic has. It's awesome. And you can, it's really cool because you essentially only, you can lower the amount of ciphers you need to finish the game, and that is that's crazy cipher rush with the Mechanic. And you can, it's just quick quicker wins and stuff. So there's not much to complain about there with the mechanic. They're really good. Yeah. And by the way, don't worry. I'm putting the Antiquarian, the Professor, and the Composer that just came out is going to be on here too. I'm going to use the Violinist to denote them though.
Someone's at the front door.
All right, that's fine. The Violinist is going to be in proxy of the Composer though. So yeah, just want to make sure you guys knew that. The forward. Let's move on to the forward. The forward is cracked as well. Even better than the Mercenary. So I'm going to put an actual shiz. So the forward is insane against rescuing, especially against a Dream Witch and Breaking Wheel. I'm going to close this door really fast. So yeah, against Dream Witch and Breaking Wheel, forward is totally cracked. I don't know why I just did that. He's a very good rescuer, a very good harasser, creating space, insane kiting, supporting. He does it all. Like, honestly, he does a lot of stuff. And great rescuer, especially against those hunters. And those hunters are the most dominant in the game, for sure. So, yeah, Breaking Wheel and Dream Witch. Anyone who's good against Breaking Wheel and Dream Witch, really good. I mean, if you're playing in lower leagues, rank, not really... a lot of people aren't playing those guys because they're complicated and they're like, oh, I just want to play Hell Ember, whatever the heck they want to play. Yeah, I mean, these people are still going to be good, but like, you can get away with playing Lawyer if you want against those guys, but you want to make sure you are playing like forward and people who can actually counter those harder hunters to fight. So, yeah, Mind's Eye, about as good as a Hallmark movie. That's kind of messed up. Hallmark movies are better than Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye, good Cypher Rush. Really good Cypher Rush. Like, their teams in tournaments and stuff who can use the Mind's Eye and get those Cypher Rushes down, but like, there's really nothing else that is offered. Like, very little support. That Cane is a really slow cooldown. Physically weak, so like slow and all that crap. So Cypher Rush makes the Mind's Eye decent, but other than that, not really. So let's move on. Priestess. I like Priestess. We all like Priestess because I think she's the best character in the game. Actual shiz. Her portals are just insane. Like, kind of stupidly insane. I mean, I don't even know how they're in the game without, everyone knows that Priestess is overpowered, but they're not doing anything about it. So, Priestess creating distance. So good at creating distance. Really good at getting those stuns. And, if you want to go through that portal, that's taking some time too, or you want to just come in, rescue someone really fast. You can totally do that. You can get across the map, or you can bait out a hunter into breaking a portal and wasting their attack speed time. You know what I mean? So lots of stuff. She heals fast too, and is an insane kiter because with those portals she can just kite the heck out of you. So yeah, Priestess is broken. Best character for sure. There's some really good characters, but Priestess is the best. So now everything is just coming down from here. It's just a little bit boring. We've got some great characters up there already. So Perfumer is going to be B tier over by the... Who's the other character I put in there? Magician. Oh yeah, in front of Magician for Perfumer, in my opinion. The Perfumer is pretty cool. I'm trying to find my notes about her because I want to remember what I'm trying to say. Bruh. It's actually stupid. I'm so freaking blind. Oh, there we go. So yeah, she's a good rescuer and a kiter. Good Geisha and Bloody Queen counter, which they are some of the other most picked hunters, right? So if Geisha and Bloody Queen can be countered, that's great. Where am I going with this? Oh yeah. Also, pretty good against Breaking Wheel, Perfumer, but she's also pretty situational, so I'm not going to put her any higher. It's like she's a good counter to a lot of the dominant hunters, but like, what's a good counter going to do if you're situational? So, Cowboy. Where's Cowboy going to be? Cowboy is in C tier, looks like. And better than Explorer? No, not better than Explorer. Cowboy. Okay. So, Cowboy, he's a decent supporter and a container with his lasso. So he can, like, get people going with him. Like, get away from the hunter and stuff. Just, like, kite and get away. But, he just could be better. Like, there are people who can do his job better, so there's not really a point of using him as much as these other characters. He's not bad by any means, but he's not great. Just like Taco Bell. Just decent. So, yeah. So we're going to be going with, who's next? Female Dancer. She's also going to be in C tier. With Magician and stuff. Female Dancer, I think, suffers the same problem. She's fine, but she could be better. She's good against Wheel. Good support and stuff. And her kiting is nice, and she's fun. But yeah, she could be better. There's not really, like, that's just really what it comes down to right now. Seer. Now, I think we've completed. Yep. After this, that's S plus tier right there, those four. So Seer is broken. The owls are incredibly strong for kiting, tracking, rotating. Especially against single hit hunters. Not as good against Chip, but like Seer's just crazy. Like those owls can do everything. So yeah, let's move on. You guys know how good these characters are. I don't need to talk about them as much. Embalmer is going to be over by in B tier over with Perfumer and stuff. So, Embalmer. Oh, frick. I put Female Dancer in the wrong tier. Oops. Meant to put them right there. That makes more sense. Alright. So, Embalmer. Embalmer's also good. So, very good Dream Witch counter. You can waste the leeches with like you can use your coffin to waste Dream Witch's leeches, which is really good. And Embalmer's great overall. Just nice counter to Dream Witch, but yeah, also kind of situational, kind of like the Perfumer and the Magician. So like these people are like could be better. These people are situational. Really and bad. You know, you get what I mean. Yeah, so let's move on to Prospector, who is also going to be over with Female Dancer. And in front of Cowboy, though. So, Prospector has a good stun and a good kite. But way too long of a recharge on his ability. Like, his magnet. Like, bruh. Get a shorter recharge. And, he's mid-tier. Like, he's just decent. Like, just like these guys. Like, he's fine, but he could be better. He could be, like, one of these guys. Or one of these guys. Like, you know what I mean? So, just fine. Not much to say. We're good. We're chilling with Prospector. Enchantress is definitely better than some of these other people. I think it goes up with Coordinator. Yep. Enchantress right there. So, the Enchantress is a great Geisha counter, Bonbon, Sculptor counter, Bloody Queen, Breaking Wheel, Dream Witch. Counters a lot of stuff. Great support and great kiting. And, great support, great kiting, and good at rescuing during the end game, being body shield and stuff. So, Enchantress is really good. Not quite as good as some of these other people, but she's up there. She's pretty high on A tier for me. So, yeah. Who's next? We have Wilding. All right, Wilding. Gonna go down in the Hallmark tier. over by Mind's Eye. So, Wilding is unchaseable with good speed. So, that's one thing he's got going. He can run away and all that, but like he's kind of hard to kill. But like once he's off his bull or whatever it is, like he has good map mobility. He gives me kind of like the same idea as Evil Reptilian. Like they can get around the map, they can run away, but when it comes down to it, like that's all you got. That's all this guy has. So he's not really great because he's just focused on speed, but his support's bad. And like the meta right now is very support based, like helping other teammates. So I don't really think that Wilding brings much to the table. His decoding's bad too. Yeah, nice speed, but other than that, not much. Acrobat is going in the shiz tier, in front of Mechanic. The Acrobat is amazing at kiting, especially in small areas like. The great, like the bombs, the kiting support, really good rescuer, just overall a really solid character, like just kind of broken. You guys know what I mean. First officer is going to go down with the female dancer. Just like all these other characters, there's better. Like the first officer's fine, but there's better characters. There's better choices that you can have. So for example, for me, who's the person who I think is... Oh, yeah. Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper to me is just a first officer upgrade. Like, why should I be using first officer when I could be using Gravekeeper? You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's just upgrades. Like, these guys are fine, but they could be so much better. So, the first officer is just, he's fine. He, like, he's nice at, baiting out swings from the hunters and trying to kite and stuff, but just not as good as Gravekeeper. So, all right, Barmaid is going to be next, in front of Embalmer and all these other people. No, not in front, behind. Sorry. Barmaid is a great Dream Witch counter. That's her claim to fame. She's not as good against the other people, but her 20-second mobile heal, and especially since Dream Witch is not really a chip hunter, just that mobile heal is really nice. And to be able to do that, good Dream Witch counter, that's anyone who's a good Dream Witch counter is immediately going to be in this tier just by default, and none of these people are. So like bottom of the B tier, but good Dream Witch counter. So yeah, she deserves to be there. Postman is awesome, and now we have finished our S tier too. So Postman is awesome. He's the best decoder in the game for sure, and he has like all those different types of letters, like the speed, the bravery, the vaulting speed, the fast dungeon. Like he can do it all. Good kiting and stuff. Postman's awesome. His letters just are insane. Like what he can do is not right there. Oops, there. What Postman can do is pretty unbelievable. So he's one of the best decoders. So, but yeah, he's not as much of he's just a decoder, and a lot of times you want supports and rescuers in like the meta right now. So Postman isn't quite as high, but he's still really good. Gravekeeper is going to be next in A tier, just above Enchantress. So Gravekeeper, like I said, a better first officer. He's a great rescuer, great at tanking, and he can force going into attack recovery, just like first officer. Just like a better version of first officer. Really solid character. Prisoner is next, and he is going to be over by these guys. So Prisoner, again, another good character. He's great support and kiting. He has a decent stun. But so yeah, his support and kiting and stuff is good, decent stun, but to coordinate his cipher connections and stuff is pretty difficult, and it's not really the best thing ever. So like there are people who can do the ciphers better, like Postman I was talking about, or I think Composer is going to be a better Cypher character, but we'll get to that. But so just okay. Just okay. Prisoner's just fine. Entomologist, top of A tier. Entomologist's bees are kind of epic, kind of crazy. So they're really good at support, and entomologists, honestly, like as a hunter, I get so pissed off by these guys. Like, it's hard to like rescue. I mean, it's hard for you to like put people on chairs and do all that stuff. Like, entomologist is a great rescuer, a great kiter, container, really good at creating space from the hunter, so like you're set to do some good stuff. So yeah, the entomologist is pretty great. Next, who do we have next? We have the painter. Where did I put painter? Oh yeah, painter's down here. I like the painter, don't get me wrong. The painter's cool, but they rely so much, they just put the picture down. And unless you're in a very narrow hallway, or like you're somehow forcing the hunter to look at you, you're not really doing much. So, I mean, you can do the stun, but if you don't pull it off, you're just vulnerable. You don't have much else to do. So the painter can be good if you're able to pull off a quick stun, but there are other stuns that are a lot more reliable and there are characters that are better at almost everything else. So painter just really isn't worth it. Batter is going to be A tier next to over here, Pine Coordinator. So the batter, what about the batter? The batter's just solid. He's nice, but he's not like as good as the forward or the mercenary, or the batter's just the batter. He's fine. He's really good. He's really good, but he's not as good as coordinator either or anything. He's just solid. Not much else to say about him. Toy Merchant. Toy Merchant's very fun. I will say that. Being able to like launch yourself across the map, that is honestly really satisfying. Toy Merchant is really good at support, rescue, and map traversal, but she does rely quite a bit on luck with her items and stuff, so I just can't justify putting her any higher. Patient. It's really solid too. Above Gravekeeper here. So the Patient is very good transition kiting and chair rescues, like really good. Yeah, that's about why you want the Patient, but like Patient's really good, so keep him there. Psychologist, just behind the Patient. Psychologist is a really good Dream Witch counter, which is always a good thing. Really good against single hit hunters and good heals and stuff. And she also, even though she is really good against Dream Witch, though, good heals, good single hits, she does suffer from chip hunters, so not the best, but still really good. Novelist is going to go right in front of Prospector. He's good at creating space, but just like these other ones, not as good as other characters. Like, his space creating is nice, but like, I'm going to pull Entomologist if I want to create space. Or like Little Girl or someone. Like, I want to use someone else who can like make more space and that works more with different comps and stuff. Speaking of Little Girl, we are there at Little Girl. We're almost done here, guys. Pulling through. A Little Girl we have in front of the Toy Merchant. So she is, like I was just saying, so she's a really good Dream Witch and Wheel counter. she's really good at controlling the hunter and kiting. So, yeah, she's good at creating distance, good at creating, I'm going to put her above batter, actually. She's good at creating distance and good counter to different guys. So, yeah, little girl's really good. Weeping Clown, top of this tier. He's not bad, but he's not the best either. Just, as usual, this tier, they're good, but not good enough to be better than other characters. So, the Weeping Clown, it's hard to chase. Is a nice kiter and rescuer, but unlike Wilding, who's hard to chase, like Weeping Clown has some nice support and some nice kiting and rescuing abilities. So, and the Weeping Clown also is good against chip hunters, so he has some purposes there. Maybe a Professor. We're getting there to the last, like, the 3 newest guys. So, if you're liking this video so far, if you've stuck around, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It would do so much for the channel, and I'm going to make a new video every time there's a new character. One new character, new video. Hands down. Like, why not? I'll be there for more Identity V videos, and there's a bunch of other Final Fantasy and RPG videos on my channel, so you should totally check them out if you are interested in those games. But ring notification bell, because there will be a lot more of these videos to come when new characters come out. Anyway, let's go back to these last three characters, because these are the ones you've been waiting for, I'm sure. So the Professor is going to be right in front of the Coordinator. So the Professor is great at instant scaling and blocking, good kiting, and rescuing. Just a very, very reliable kiter, rescuer, etc. Not the best, though. Of course, not the best, because, I mean, A tier is awesome. Like, these guys are all awesome, but they're not as good as these guys. But, yeah, so they're really good. Then next we have, so, I don't know if she's been on most people's tier list yet, but I have the Antiquarian here, and she is going to be right behind the Coordinator. So originally Antiquarian would have been like, you know, a lot of characters come in really powerful, but they nerfed her a bit, so not quite as good as before, but still really good. Great decoding, stuns, powerful stuns, and the kiting with those bamboo stick thingamabobbies. That's pretty powerful, but like, she isn't the best, right? Like, these other characters are better, but she's still very impressive. Still one of the better characters in the game. And yeah. Alright, the one I've been really excited to talk about, the reason I even made this video, is for the Composer, aka not the Violinist, but I'm going to use the Violinist to mark it. The Composer is pretty simple, actually. I was expecting a lot more complicated. Like, thinking about Hermit, which is the last hunter we got, and there's a lot to go with Hermit. Like, you have to think about a lot of things. I mean, Composer isn't easy, but a bit more simple to me than like some of these other characters. Actually, I'm going to move Entomologist up one tier so it's a bit more balanced. And I'm going to, anyway, sorry, that's off topic. But so Composer is pretty simple, and it's all focused around the music, which is awesome. I love music, so. But so you can go into the tuning mode with the tuning fork, and you can get up to a 50% speed increase, which is crazy for containing a hunter. Like, if you want to getting away from a hunter, like, that is going to be awesome. So the Composer is kind of broken there. And then with once you stack up the music notes with the calibrations, and the calibrations are cool. They're kind of fun. They're like a rhythm game. And with the rhythm, like, if you miss 3 calibrations, then it'll alert the hunter. But if you can just really stay on top of things, you can get up to a 23.7%, I think, decoding speed increase, which is honestly pretty dang awesome. So you can get a 50% speed increase, like a 24-ish% decoding increase, and I mean, that sounds really good to me. So I'm not gonna be too optimistic though, not going to assume anything. I'm going to put it right here at the toy merchant. It's going to be my guess. I'm going to put in front of the toy merchant and the batter. The composer. They're either going to be super broken or just like pretty balanced. And like, I mean, I haven't played a lot with the composer, but like, I think that they're a really good character. So this could totally change by next time, with nerfs or buffs or just more feeling out the meta, more time with the character. But overall, I really do like the composer so far. The calibrations are fun, the tuning is fun, and all that stuff. So I think the composer is going to be a pretty solid character going forward. Thank you guys all for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you for sticking through the whole video. I hope you enjoy the composer, the new character, as much as I do. They're really fun, and I hope you guys can all unlock the composer soon and get enjoying them. So thank you guys all for watching. Please ring that notification bell and subscribe, because these videos there will be plenty of them, especially just every time there's a new character. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, RPG nerds.